Hi, my name is Adam Lodi, and I'm the CEO of Kin Creative. I've been doing martial arts since I was a kid. I grew up doing Taekwondo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in my family's martial arts school. Then as a teenager, I started helping my parents teach a lot of the classes at their school. And then at the end of high school, my parents had an opening in their office to help out with the marketing, sales, admin stuff. And I jumped at the opportunity. To be honest, I was kind of sick of being an instructor after having to teach the 3 to 6-year-old classes for a while. It just drove me crazy. So, my parents had that opening. I was like, yes, I jumped at the opportunity. And for me, it was such a great fit because growing up, I acquired a lot of different skills that I was excited to put to use. I remember when I was 9, 10 years old, my dad had me reading university textbooks on computer science and computer engineering to, study computers and technology at a very young age. I remember at 10, 11 years old, I was taking coding courses and learning how to code websites from scratch. At the end of elementary school and going into high school, I started getting into photography and videography and video editing and just content creation in general. So getting the opportunity to help my parents by working in the office and doing the marketing and sales was so exciting because now all of these skills I had previously learned, like coding or technology or content creation, I could put to use in their martial arts school. So this was back in 2016 when most martial arts schools were not capitalizing on social media and paid ads. And even my parents were hesitant to do it at the time, but after pleading with them, they finally gave me the opportunity, and it was really exciting. Going into working at my parents' martial arts school with doing the office and admin stuff, my goal is to just help them grow their business. I've always been someone who has huge goals, who wants to do what most people tell me I can't do. And my parents were doing about $24,000 per month at the time, and I just wanted to scale their business as much as I could. So I started taking over their social media. I started going to their classes every day and capturing content. I started redoing their sales processes to increase their closing rates from 40, 50% to a consistent 80, 90%, getting their membership prices higher, and then building their new website from scratch, running ads. I wasn't perfect at it, but I just stayed consistent at it month after month, taking courses, watching videos, learning how to do it better and better and better. And within 3 years of working their office, I scaled them from $24,000 per month to $67,000 per month. So, it was great. Coming up at the end of 2019, business was going really well. We were continuing to, scale pretty quickly. But then at that time, I was thinking a lot about how I kind of wanted to create my own business. Ever since I was a kid, my dad, introduced me to lots of big business owners and people around the world. I remember being 6, 7 years old and meeting the CEO of IBM, or being a little bit older, my dad is taking me traveling around Europe and introducing me to billionaires and, multimillionaires and, executives of very big companies. So from a young age, my mindset was almost bred to be absolutely obsessed with business. And because I met such successful people at a young age, I've always had the belief of I can achieve whatever I want in life as long as I put my mind to it. It was great growing my parents' martial arts school, but I was craving something bigger. I knew I was capable of so much, but I was kind of scared to take that leap at the time when you're getting that consistent, paycheck every single month. And then of course, pandemic hit. It was a tough time for everyone, especially for us up here in Ontario. We were in lockdowns for about 6 months straight. So my parents had a huge facility at the time. It was about 10,000 square feet. And because the lease was so huge and they had no money coming in, they lost their business and were forced to close down. At the time, it was hard seeing my parents going through a really tough time. And even for myself, my income obviously went to $0. So I had to figure out a solution to help my parents. And I always look for the positive in every single situation. And I thought, hey, this is my sign from God to pursue my business. I literally have nothing to do anymore, don't have any income coming in, put 110% into this. So I basically locked myself in my room for 4 or 5 months, and all I would do from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep every single day is try to improve my skills as a marketer and as a business person. So I took every single penny penny in my bank account and actually went into like, I don't even know, like $5,000-$6,000 in debt at the time, investing into a new computer, investing into courses and coaching programs, and just watching YouTube videos and buying camera equipment and just putting it to practice every single day. And at first it was tough. I mean, I wasn't the best at what I did. I just continued to stay obsessed and continue learning. And then over time, I was able to help my parents create an online program. Within a month or 2 months of creating that program, we generated probably around 182 people from around the world, which gave us the revenue to reopen at the end of 2020. During that time as well, a lot of other martial arts schools started seeing what I was doing with my family school and started reaching out to me to, also help them out as well. So, I got to not only, help my parents recover their business, but help many other martial arts schools, during a really, tough time. And then from the end of 2020 until, now 2025, basically scaled my family school all the way to $100,000 per month, which has been great. Now my family owns two schools. They, recently opened a second one in the last year. One is just Taekwondo, one is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's been a beautiful experience just helping my family recover their business, reach their financial goals. Now my parents are building a second house in Costa Rica right now. They are able to pay their staff really well. They're able to go on frequent vacations. So it's been nice being able to help them make a lot of their dreams come true. And my goal when starting my business, Kin, was to treat every other martial arts school we work with like my own family school, like their family, and provide them with the highest quality service possible. Getting into this industry, I didn't want to just be another Facebook ads company or another website company like everyone else. I want to be the greatest company of all time in the martial arts industry. I want to be the most trusted place martial arts schools can go to, where they know these guys are legit. These guys have a proven track record. These guys are absolutely obsessed, and they have, a team full of 18 players. These are the people that I want on my side for the years to come to grow my martial arts school. So we didn't come into this just to be another company. We came into this to be the best of all time, to make a huge impact in our industry and help move our industry forward. And it's been a blessing. We work with a couple hundred schools within the first few years, and then in the last year or two we decided to scale back, and instead of working with a ton of schools charging a lower price like everyone else does, we realized when we're charging a lower price, we can't produce work that we're truly proud of, that's truly gonna move the needle. And the same type of work that we produced for our family school in order to scale them from $0 to $100,000 per month. So we decided to work with less people but charge higher prices and set up our deal structure in a way where we can grow our income with our clients over time as they grow. And it's been a blessing. I mean, we have a much higher budget to do insane things. Like we have tens of thousands of dollars of camera equipment. We don't farm out our work to VAs overseas or people who can barely speak English or who've never done martial arts before. We have an in-house team of martial artists who follow up with our clients' leads. And these are straight killers. These are people who, even though they're only supposed to be working 8 hours a day, they'll be in the office 10, 12 hours a day. They're just completely obsessed with getting our clients the best results possible. We have coaches who work with our clients to help them with their closing rates and retentions and systems. We're doing millions of dollars per year with their martial arts schools, handling the content for martial arts schools, coming to their schools and getting really high quality videos, photos. I mean, with the deal structure we have now, we're able to just produce amazing work that actually produces results so that school owners don't have to hop from one company to another every 3 months. I believe that you guys do amazing things. I mean, I've done martial arts since I was a kid. I've seen it firsthand in my family's martial arts schools, how martial arts literally helps people live better lives. So I believe you guys are making a difference in your communities, and I believe if I can help you guys create amazing businesses and scale your businesses up, it's going to introduce millions of more people around the world to martial arts, which will contribute towards making the world a better place. And in that process, you guys get to become financially free. Yeah, that's basically my story. That's how Kin came to be, and yeah. Just keep an eye out for us, and you can hold me to my word. I promise you we're going to be the greatest company of all time in the martial arts industry for growing martial arts schools.